And yes, very good afternoon. You're very welcome to blustery Walsh Park for the JJ Kavanagh and Sons County Intermediate Football Championship Final of 2020. It's a unique decider as two proud footballing clubs, Kill and Dungarvan, are going to lock horns in this decider. Dungarvan overcame Adeligo after extra time last weekend. A tough battle, 110 to 1-8, while Kill edged out Newtown 211 to 110 in a hard-fought Eastern final. So both sides here on merit. We'll bring you the team news very, very shortly, and the breeze beginning to pick up here. But the surface in Walsh Park, as we've been saying the last couple of weeks, absolutely top-notch. Delighted to be joined in the commentary position once again by Frank Ryan, Waterford senior football selector. Frank, two teams, they're here on merit, and both teams who are striving to get back to the top flight, so an interesting decider in store.
Yeah, we're looking forward to an interesting game. I think Dungarvan might have a little bit more experience after playing senior in 2018, but Kill are trying desperately to get back into the top grade, and as we said earlier last week, they have a very, very young side, and that can only stand them in good stead going forward.
Absolutely. I see Tony Larkin talking to the two captains out there, Jack Lacey and Corey Kennedy. Both had fine games last weekend, and that breeze, Frank, it's again, it's hard to judge sometimes in Walsh Park because it seems to be blown across the field, but that could be an impact on whoever wins the toss.
Yeah, I suppose in Gaelic football it's crucial when there's a slight breeze blown, but I think this breeze won't have an effect on the game because it's kind of blown into the stand here where we're in our commentary position, and it's the surface is looking great. Two teams looking very, very eager and just waiting for the off, and hopefully they will produce a good game. Yeah,
it certainly is indeed. I had to chat with Tommy Hennessy there. What a legend he is from the Kill Club. 1995 was the last time they won the county intermediate title. Dungarvan last won it in 2017. Frank beat your own St Saviour's, and were somewhat unlucky to be relegated then the following year, so they'd be keen to get back up to senior.
Yeah, what we found in 17 was that Dungarvan had a little bit more physicality about them, like from the senior hurling, and they brought that into that game, and we just couldn't handle it on that given night. But no, there's been to and fro. Parish like Dungarvan now should have a big pick, should be contesting. It wasn't so long ago they were winning 3 in a row, so they should be contesting at senior level for the club.
Yeah, that was back in the 90s, of course, and they did 3 in a row. And Kill, of course, dominant force in Waterford football throughout the 60s with 4 senior championship titles from 5 final appearances. Team news then, Dungarvan first of all, the Western champions. Mark Boland is in goal. Conor Sheridan, Derek Barry and Keelan Daly make up the full back line. Jamie Nagle, Darragh Lyons and Michael Kiley in the half back line. John Kern and team captain Jack Lacey team up with Lorna Porca. Kieran Power, Brendan Culnan and Darren Duggan is going to be operating in the half forward line. And Joe Duggan, Gavin Crotty and Darren Duggan make up the full forward line. But before we take you through the Kill team, there's a minute's silence for the late Davy Carroll, who was father of Pat and David, who was groundsman, of course, up in Mount Sion for many, many years. And Pat and his brother, synonymous here with the ground in Walsh Park. And on behalf of us all here, we extend our deepest sympathies. And there Yeshte Gareva on him. We'll move on to the Kill team then, lifted the Eastern title last weekend. Kieran Dunphy in goals, Mike Dunphy, Niall Hennessy and Richie Culnan in the full back line. John Flynn, Oisin Queely coming into the team. Peter Casey wearing number 29, he won his appeal last night. Kieran Kerwin and Ben Kerwin and Lorna Porca. Donald Queely, Cathal Scanlon and Anthony Kiley in the half line. And the inside trio of Keane Brown, Mikey Nichols, who comes into the team instead of Paul Allen, and team captain Corey Kennedy. We'll pause for Aron Aveen. So on Tauron no Shunta on a county intermediate football final day here in Walsh Park, and just gone through the two teams there. Looking at Kill, of course, last weekend. Frank Keane Brown 2-2 from corner forward. He's going to take a lot of watching today.
Yeah, I'm sure Dungarvan have done their homework on him, and you know he's pacey, he's fast, he's able to win his own ball for such a small little lad, and you know it's early doors. We see who will go on. I can see someone like Michael Kiley going on to man mark him there just to nullify him in the early part of the game. You know.
Absolutely, and Dungarvan had that really tough battle last weekend. Extra time got over the line against Medeligo. It probably won't go down as a classic, but winning a tight battle like that can be good for confidence as well. You know.
Yeah, it is really, you know, and especially the way that they done it. Like, you know, they were, I think, behind in the game the whole time, and then came back, got a late equaliser, and then done the business then in extra time, and they're here today, and they look like a team that's really prepared and really looking forward to the game in hand.
Absolutely, and they possess some good footballers too, like Gavin Crotty. You've seen him over the years, Frankie, from your involvement with inter-county squads. Kieran Power as well, like Jack Lacey in the middle of the field. There's plenty of youth and energy on both sides, but Dungarvan, they possess plenty of talent in their team as well. Yeah, the guy that impressed me in watching a couple of games on Rua TV was Darragh Lyons, centre back. I thought he was commanding that position, and he looks like a decent prospect there, you know, and he kind of rock solid, and he orchestrates an awful lot of play going forward for Dungarvan. I just see there Keelan Daly is wearing number 21. Obviously it was listed as 4, but just to note that as well in case viewers can take that on board. He's gone straight away into Mark Keane Brown. Ray tour for this afternoon's decider is Tony Larkin of the Ballyduflower Club. Big day for the officials as well. Timmy Organ, the linesman, on this near side from Abbeyside, Balnacourty, and Fly Fitzgerald on the far side. Ball in, game on. This county intermediate final straight away into the action. It's Ben Kerwin, super game last week. Links up with his midfielder and getting John Flynn on the ball. Man of the match in the Eastern final last weekend. Donal Quealy, real live wire at wing forward. Back to Ben Kerwin, being policed by John Kern on a pristine Welsh Park surface. Kill hoping to win their first county title since 1995 at this level, believe it or not. Going forward there is the hard-working Anthony Kiley, draws the foul, opening free to the men in green. It's going to be taken by Kieran Kerwin, known as Mossy, of course, and still only, I think, 22, 23, but seems to be a fellow, seems to be around forever. Carl Scanlon taking Jack Lacey on a bit of a tour so far, but that one is just intercepted. May well work out. It's the aforementioned Keane Brown, gets there ahead of Keelan Daly, but fails to get it on the first attempt, and it's picked up by the Dungarvan captain. That's Jack Lacey off his left leg, looking for the run of John Kern. Can he keep this in play? Does so, gets there ahead of Kieran Kerwin, very close to the sideline. Linesman's flag stays down. Kill regain it. Mikey Nichols, the new man in, missed the game last weekend. I believe he was injured. Back in the fray. He's a very good footballer. So too is this man, John Flynn. Lovely ball down the line as far as Donal Quealy, who takes the mark, of course, which comes from outside the 45, and he's going to get on with it quickly. Into Brown, fails to hold it, just took his eye off it at a crucial juncture, and Dungarvan mopped that one up. It's Derek Barry. Had a super game last week in their extra time win over Medeligo. Here's Jack Lacey. Good balance and control by the youngster. Off to Brendan Culnan, back on the 40 this afternoon. Suspended last week for the Western final. Good tackling in the centre of the field by Kieran Power. The former John Mitchell's man, of course, now firmly established as a blue. Goes forward. Corey Kennedy wearing 15, but look how deep he is. Linesman has the flag up. Johnny Burke trying to keep it in play. And interesting to see Frank Ryan straight away to Corey Kennedy, listed at 15, but is obviously operating further out the field. Yeah,
he's drifting out the field. Like he's a big unit, and I think he's out the field just to win a bit of primary ball. Note Keane Brown got two balls into the corner, and he fumbled the two of them. So there's a little bit of nervousness on the young lads' part. Yeah,
and you expect that on county final day, don't you?
It's a big day for some of these lads.
It certainly is, and some of them very, very young as well, playing in their first county final. Kieran Kerwin gets there ahead of his marker and shrugs off that challenge on the 65 metre line. Decides to go route one, looking for Brown inside. Can he get there ahead of Keelan Daly? Has it in his hand, the speedster. Daly doing his job here, though, and sticking to him. Conor Sheridan comes in to give a hand. Back to Cathal Scanlon. He'll be well spotted with those, I don't know, are they pink or orange boots, but he won't be missed this afternoon. Hand pass inside as far as Kennedy. Is this the opening score off his right leg? It's high into the clouds. The umpires are having a good look. It's gone, though, to the right and wide there. Sort of a snapshot. He was probably right to have an effort, Frank Ryan, but just couldn't draw it on target.
Couldn't draw it on target. Could have kicked it to the far post, because the wind is kind of, as we said earlier, is blowing back into the stand. But his first attempt, first wide. That'll be Corey's nerves settled there, and he got his hand on the ball, so he'll be looking forward to the rest of the game now.
He certainly will. Yeah, kicked two crucial ones last week. See, Wally O'Neill just pops in a football there, and as you say, county finals, you know, some players, they take a couple of minutes, Frank, I suppose, to, you know, get past the settling down stage and kind of grow into the game, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, it's everyone is different. Their individual way they prepare and what have you. So it's be interesting to see how the young fellas adapt to it. You know?
Yeah, this is going to Kick out is going to come from Mark Boland, now a first choice goalkeeper. Kicks it down the line, down to Peter Casey, goes high, can he hold it? Fails to hold it on this occasion, and Dungarvan break. It's the speed merchant Joe Duggan on the 65 metre line, playing the ball inside to Gavin Crotty. What a talent he is, just loses his footing at a crucial juncture, and that one is picked up by Niall Hennessy, vastly experienced full back, close to the sideline. Has it gone over? Yes, according to Anthony Fitzgerald on the far side. It's the line ball to the old Borough, hoping of course to get back up senior for the first time since 2018 was the last time they played senior. Michael Kiley making a brilliant run upfield, but Dungarvan decided to play it just route one down the line. As far as Johnny Burke, his first year playing adult football. Dara Lyons, spoke about him last week, and a big influence off his left leg, going for the opening score. That's a super kick there. Gavin Crotty, I should say, sorry, very familiar style, but cut inside, and Frank, we've seen that many times over the years, and floated it over, great score.
Gavin is very crucial to this team. Like, you know, if Gavin is on form, the team normally plays well. That's his opener for him there now.
Yeah, and certainly one that'll get his confidence going, because even though last week he mightn't have got on the scoreboard from play a lot, kicks some crucial frees and brings other players into the play as well. So that's what he brings.
He is, yeah.
Goes quick out as far as John Flynn receiving the kick out from Kieran Dunphy. Can Kill respond to that super opener for Dungarvan? A point to no score. 5 minutes on the clock at a blustery but a perfect Walsh Park surface. Kill give away possession, mopped up by John Kern. So his dad Pat making his way in earlier on. Proud Kern family, of course, and a great tradition and association with the Dungarvan club. Mike Kiley on the ball now. Member of the Waterford senior panel, of course. Kieran Power has options outside in the shape of Keelan Daly. Will he use them? But Kieran decides to turn back inside and lays it off to Jamie Nagle. Dungarvan going through the hand pass route, playing keep ball. Dara Lyons, now the aforementioned Daly. 21 in his back. Getting a bit of latitude here, and he's gone inside the 45 metre line. Now needs options. Off the shoulders, Brendan Culnan. On the 40, pop pass as far as Jack Lacey, the team captain. Is this a second score for Dungarvan? Looks good, floats it over the bar. Good confident kick by the youngster Jack Lacey. Hoisted the Western Cup last weekend. That's a good start for him, Frank.
Great score for Jack Lacey there. You know, he just shows so much composure there when he got the ball. And saying that now, he had a lot of time there when he got the ball, so he just steadied himself up and just slotted over the bar. Yeah,
good move there by Dungarvan. Started by Keelan Daly, and Kill just not really tracking the runners there. Good finish by Lacey, who's been picked up by Kieran Kerwin. This kick out is going to come from Kieran Dunphy for the Eastern champions. Dropping down, gets good distance on that between Kieran Kerwin and Lacey. Lacey wins this duel, and Mike Kiley goes forward, has the advantage. Pulled back there by John Flynn. And linesman going in to mark that. Kieran Power seemed to gain a few yards, but Timmy Organ is happy enough with it, the Abbey sideman. Kieran Power just playing the solo, has Lacey down the line if he needs him. Got that crucial score a moment ago. Back to Power. Always gets on a huge amount of ground. Lovely skill there by Power, but John Flynn wasn't buying it. Referee says the tackle was a little bit illegal. John is claiming that he was going to hop it second twice, but Kieran kind of drew it more than that else, Frank, and 9 times out of 10 usually the forward gets those ones.
Yeah, showed his experience there, Kieran. You know, and he was running down a blind alley, and he realised there's no way of getting past Johnny Flynn there, so he's got to execute a free there. Now it's Gavin Whelan. Gavin Crotty.
I don't think I could do a both. Not even I couldn't do a both, Frank. Gavin Crotty, a chance to get his second of the afternoon. It should favour a right-footed kicker, kicking into the Keens Road end of Walsh Park. Has he drawn that one in? It's off the post. Breaks outside and gone wide. Johnny, they're pleading for a 45. And maybe I was a bit too confident there of Gavin nailing that one, but just unlucky.
Just unlucky. That was the first spotter he had there for a free there. Right, it should have favoured him. Just shows you how strong the wind is.
Definitely,
from the far side.
John Kern trying to claim that mark, but he fails to hold it. But Dungarvan are there in support. They win it back. They're going forward. Referee has the whistle in his lips. Thought he was going to blow for overcarrying, but is happy enough to wave play on. It's picked up by Darren Duggan. Was that handle on the ground? Referee waves play on, throws it back there. John Kern, such a tigerish player, picking it up as Jamie Nagle, the former inter-county hurler, back as far as Dara Lyons. What a game he had last week in that hard-fought win over Medeligo, who of course were bidden for 3 in a row. Not Dungarvan spoiled that last weekend. Joe Duggan on the ball, wearing 13, but always seems to be operating out the field. Now going forward, pop pass inside as far as Johnny Burke, son of David, of course, synonymous with the Dungarvan club, member of that 3 in a row team back in the 90s, but he'd be disappointed with that one. Drops into the waiting arms of Kieran Dunphy. Now John Flynn, man of the match in the Eastern final last weekend. Lovely trajectory on that ball, down to Mikey Nichols. Can he keep this in play? Very close to the sideline. Timmy Organ says ball still in play, and again Kill just losing at a crucial juncture. Maybe county final nerves aren't gone out of the stomachs yet. Michael Kiley has it. Dungarvan just growing themselves into this game and hanging on to that all-important football. Here's Dara Lyons. Back to Deggy Barry, the full back, off to John Kern. The Lorna Porca has support outside in the shape of Jamie Nagle. Again, Dungarvan seem to be timing it, and then the guys inside making the runs. Kill seem to have Oisin Quealy, I see, operating in that D area on the 21, and they turn over this ball. Great work there by Corey Kennedy, the team captain. Off to Anthony Kiley. Tommy Hennessy underneath us saying get rid of that ball and leave it into the forwards. I suppose easier said than done, but both sets of sides, interesting to see, Frank, they're not content in kind of kicking long ball in, just hanging on to it, aren't they?
No, they're playing through the hands, but if you notice what, Kill are a bit nervous on the ball. What Dungarvan are doing is they're giving everyone a touch on the field of the ball just to get them into the game. They're hand passing them. This is a good passage they play from Kill now. They're working it through the lines now.
Yeah, and they are retaining it, as Frank mentioned there. Then they decide to go route one into the aforementioned Keane Brown. Received that pass off Peter Casey, looking for Nichols inside. Great full-back play there by Derek Barry. Has he kept this one in play? It's going to go out for either a line ball or a 65. It's going to be a line ball. Timmy Organ has the flag up again. You can see they're looking for Brown every time, Frankie.
Yeah, and that mightn't be always the best option, you know, because he's going to be double tagged, and he's showing a little bit of nervousness in there, so maybe vary their play a bit more.
Brown is going to take this one. Seems to be shaping up for a shot. It's a really, really difficult angle, but a left leg, it's going to hang in the air though, in around the 13-metre line. Battle between Corey Kennedy and Conor Sheridan, and the man they call Sherry wins that ball. Real stubborn defender, out as far as John Kern. Sun comes out here in Walsh Park. 2 points to no score. Dungarvan lead, 10 minutes on the clock. And it's with Jamie Nagle switching the direction of the play, but it's cut out. Not enough legs in the pass, as they say, and Kilcote Profit calls Scanlon into Keane Brown. Chance for the opening goal. Brilliantly saved by Mark Boland. Not enough power on it. It's still there for the corner forward, and Dungarvan managed to clear their lines. Oh, that was a glorious chance.
Unbelievable
Mark
chance.
Boland equal to it, but did he get enough power on it maybe, Frank?
Fell to the right man, Keane Brown, the sharpshooter. But he just hit it straight at Boland.
That's it, he could have probably, great move, great vision by Scanlon though, wasn't it? To spot it.
How was he left in there? How was the danger man left in there on his own?
Corey Kennedy battling hard with John Kern and Anthony Fitzgerald. Corey pleading his innocence with the linesman, but Fly says Dungarvan ball. They get on with it quickly. Joe Duggan, bit of a hospital pass with Dungarvan recover. Is that a foul? Yes, it is on Jamie Nagle. And to burst his way through their combination of Donald Queally and Kerwin, I think, brings Derek Barry, I should say it was, to ground. Good win of the free there. Darren Duggan up to Johnny Burke, really tall athletic figure in this Dungarvan full forward line. Played with the County Minor Hurlers last year and has plenty of pace. Going forward past Peter Casey, now needs options. Back outside as far as Duggan again. Here's Jack Lacey, the team captain. Number 9 on his back. Is he going to have another shot? Looking for the danger man Gavin Crotty. Again being tackled off the ball, being policed there by Niall Hennessy, and he's
touched the ball on the ground.
Innocent. It was Jack then who handled the ball on the ground, spotted by the referee Tony Larkin of Ballydofflower. Free out, bit of relief for Kill, who you feel at this stage, Frank, maybe need just a score to settle them down a bit, you know?
Just a score, but I mean, there's not many scores and it's tight and it's epic, as they would say. You know, no one wants to give anything away.
Yeah, tight and tense place in the senior championship, of course, up for grabs for 2021. Both sides, of course, two proud clubs, as we said in the build-up to this game. They dearly love to get back up there, but as Frank mentioned there, a long while to go in this county intermediate title. 2 points to no score. There seems to be a bit of pulling off the ball there on Ben Kerwin. I think it was going forward. The guilty party seemed to be Joe Duggan there, and referee, you can see him indicating there was just a bit of off the ball stuff there. Frank spotted by the Raytor.
Yeah, good refereeing by Tony. You know, he saw it happening and he blew straight away for it. So worrying time for Dungarvan. Kieran Power is receiving treatment down there, so
he'd
seems
be a big
loss if anything
leg
happens.
or hamster.
A little bit of a difference from last week. Kill were contesting and winning the breaking ball last week. They're not really doing it this week, you know, so I think if they got that and got their hands on the ball and kept possession of it, should bring them into the game.
Can Kieran Kerwin open Kill's account in this county final? He certainly can. Straight and true there. Brilliant strike by Kieran Kerwin. Nailed some crucial ones last weekend. He'll be delighted with that. Kill finally off the mark after 12 minutes. But looking at that scoreboard, still, Frankie, only 1 point in it. They'll be happy to get off the mark.
Oh yeah, it's still early days, as Phil would say, you know. I don't think it was ever going to be a high scoring battle anyway, to be honest with you. Normally finals, when there's so much at stake, they're very intense.
Dermot D, the Dungarvan manager, barking out the instructions. What a job he's done, and what a stalwart of the club. Johnny Burke goes high. Is he pushed in the back? Yes, says the referee. It's going to Dungarvan. Donald Queally thought it was going to Kill, but linesman moves in there just to tell Dungarvan to take it from the correct position. Darren Duggan gets on with it quickly. Johnny Burke, I should say. Duggan moves for the return pass off the shoulder. He needs to give this ball. Good tackling, but lovely sidestep there by Burke. This fella has great feet, good footwork. Pops it inside as far as Darren Duggan. He's on the edge of the D there. Pop pass back as far as Burke. Off the shoulders, Kieran Power. Seems to be recovered from that little knock he picked up. Is this the opening score for Power? Seems to be curling in. Umpires nod to each other to say, put up the white flag. Opening score for the inter-county hurler, and that'll do his confidence a world of good, Frankie.
Yeah, it would, especially after being down a bit with an injury there now, so that gave him a little bit of confidence to go on. Took it well, they worked away into the corner and got out of there with a right-footed over the black spot, as they would say.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kieran Dunphy is going to get on. Thought about going short. Now decides to vary the direction of the play. Looking for Ben Kerwin. This is going to break down top of Corey Kennedy. With him is Jack Lacey. Good play by Lacey. The Dungarvan captain has started really well. Offloads to his midfield partner John Kern. Two players with plenty of energy. Lorna Porca looking for the run of Crotty. Out in front of Hennessy. Good show by the full forward. Referee says the tackling was a bit over anxious there, and Gavin just goes up to his man and shows him the ball to say, I'm going to win this duel today.
Yeah, any ball is going into Gavin there. He's on top form. He's getting out in front and he's winning it, and he's either creating a score for himself or his teammates, or he's being fouled.
Now, first one, of course, was a difficult angle. He went off the ground and just unlucky with the post, so he's opting to just same thing. I suppose, free takers, there's probably no need to change a routine just because you miss one, I suppose, really.
No, Jesus, no. There's no way to, change your routine.
He's just on the edge of the D, being faced by the Kill defenders. Gavin tries to draw this one in, and just, the way, pretty disappointed walking away from that one. You knew the minute it left his boot, Frank, just never,
Oh, yeah, he hit it too hard that the wind couldn't take it in. He really drilled it, but...
Yeah, and there are two frees in a tight game, Frank, that, Dungarvan will be hoping they don't rue them come the end of the 60 minutes.
Yeah, it's crucial. Free taking is going to be crucial on a day like today.
Gavin Power makes his way up. Of course, he kicked 2 points in the extra time win against Medeligo last weekend, so I'm sure he'll feature at some stage this afternoon. He's a big reason Dungarvan are here this afternoon. John Flynn, route 1 down as far as Keane Brown. Good soccer player, you could see it with a touch like that. Just takes it away from Keelan Daly, but he needs support from his colleagues. Good hand there in by Keelan Daly. Good disciplined tackling by the corner back. Looks for Kerwin inside, just peeled off Conor Sheridan. Will he cut inside? Good play by Sherry, just pushing him back out. He needs support. Has it in the shape of his captain, Corey Kennedy. Another crossfield ball. Bit of space for Donald Queally. Is this his opener? Off his right leg. Brilliantly over the bar by Donald Queally. He covered every blade of grass last week. Good patience there by Kill. Could have had a pot shot this side. Recycle the ball across the field. Donald Queally, prolific finisher. 3 points to 2.
I think Corey Kennedy learned from his first kick that when he drove away, that he saw a guy in a better position and he threw it over to him, and a well taken score by Queally.
Yeah, and the players heading for their water break with the breeze here in the stand. You nearly wanted more a tea break you'd wanted this afternoon, but both sets of players, I suppose, into it at this stage, or you could say, gradually getting into it. 3 points to 2. We said to be tight and tense, Frank. That's the way it's proven so far.
Yeah, it's hasn't been great football as of now. But I mean, as I said, county finals are all about winning. It's not about the performance. Just getting over the line. And I think there's a little bit of nervousness in both camps, really. Killer playing with kind of a sweeper in front of the D. Young Queally, Oisin Queally is
centre back.
He's playing on the D. So it's a little bit of a change of game plan from what they went last week. I'm just wondering, when the second half comes and they have that little bit of breeze, will they go man for man?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that one pans out. And of course, both sides, they would have, I suppose, been studying each other during the week. And both sides, they really had tough battles last weekend. Even Kill and Newtown, bar up until Keane Brown's second goal there, took him a while to shake him off. And again, a tough battle. Dungarvan with the extra time as well, took a lot out of both teams as well last weekend.
I would imagine so. As we said, like the further you go in the championship, the harder it gets on the individual player, for the simple reason that he's playing week in, week out. It's something new to most of these players. Because they normally experience a championship game on the weekend, and then they're not playing for 2 weeks after. But it's something new, and I think it's probably the way forward.
I was just going to say it,
I think it's the way forward. That if we can have a season for the intercounty and a season for the club, and probably space it out, rather than the 13 weeks, probably give 15 or 16 weeks. As you see, there was only been one really fault this year, was with the COVID case in Ballinaford.
Yeah, absolutely.
That really kind of upset the apple cart, as we say.
Yeah, in fairness to the various boards, everything ran off to a T, and touch wood, we can keep going. And great to be at county final stage, and of course then it's back to the inter-county setup. I suppose it's unusual to be training these cold winter nights, but a winter All-Ireland Championship, and I suppose that's something to look forward to too when it does come around.
Yeah, obviously it is. We were back training the last 2 weeks now with the county panel. Numbers have been good. We have been missing 18 players, I think, who are still involved in the championship. So, we're looking forward to getting them back whenever we can, and then making a burst.
Absolutely. So the clock on the scoreboard stayed going there, just to bear that in mind. 18 minutes gone, so which means probably about 15 and 3-2 all to play for. And this kick out is going to come from Mark Poland, wearing that peak cap, and just with that sun as well, you certainly need it down that end of the field, the city end of Walsh Park. He's going to kick this off his left leg, drops in the centre of the field. Jack Lacey and Michael Kiley both go high, but deceives the two of them, and it's prodded forward by John Flynn. Lovely kick pass down the line to Brown. Now seems to be getting out in front of his man, and his confidence seems to be up. Looking for Kieran Kerwin. Shrugs off the challenge of Conor Sheridan. Pop past to Corey Kennedy. Going goalwards. Offloads it there, but just took his eye off the ball. Maybe telegraphed that one there, and they weren't on the same wavelength. It was mopped up by Jamie Nagle. Now Dungarvan might profit. Johnny Burke showing well for this ball. Is he going to go for a kick pass? Decides to take his solo. Good patience by the youngster. Needs support. Has it in the shape of Nagle. Really tidy footballer and very unselfish with that football. Here's Brendan Cullen looking for the run of Duggan inside. Gavin Crotty trying to shake off Niall Hennessy again. Hennessy seems to be holding there. And in fairness to the referee, he's bottled one at the other end. He's not going to leave a lot of that go this afternoon, and Niall Hennessy, he could be carded here for this one, Frank.
He's watching everything, in fairness to Tony, not only the ball, he's watching the forward runs out of the forwards. And
there's a lot of that goes on last week. It was very evident in the Dungarvan Medeligo game last week. This thing of maybe checking runs and holding a guy's jersey. Maybe the only way is to give an early card, and maybe that stops that then,
Yeah. I think that goal incident there that Corey had, I say he heard a call, but he never even looked before he passed.
Yeah, that was it. And Dungarvan come down and kick a score through Gavin Crotty from that free. It's his second point opening free, and having missed the last two off the ground, went for out of the hands and nailed that one.
Yeah, he nailed that over the black spot there now, and he kicked it down Keane's Road as well.
Just to make doubly sure, as they say. 4-2, Dungarvan lead this county intermediate final. Coming to you live from Walsh Park. And once again, we thank Tomas, Ruo, Kyle and Willie O'Mahony for their work this afternoon, and it's been a busy couple of weeks for the lads, but certainly live streaming, it's taken on a life of its own, I suppose, the last couple of weeks with the restricted crowds, and delighted to be able to bring you today's final. Donal Quayle seems to be pushed in the back, drew that well on Mike Kiley, who came off injured last weekend, but seems to be okay so far this afternoon. Brilliant fielding there by Kieran Kerwin. Gets ahead of his challenger, has support from Kennedy outside. Is he going to go solo? He does, and intercepted there by Darragh Lyons. Good disciplined defending by the Blues. Johnny Burke has it, off his shoulder is Jack Lacey. Now they can break at pace. Good play by Lacey, getting forward. Joe Duggan, just trying to peel away from his marker. Bounces that ball, but keeps control of it. Up to Brendan Cullen. John Flynn tries to come across. A good sidestep there, and good play by the centre forward. Missed last week's game through suspension. He'll be keen to prove a point this afternoon. Kieran Power, very close to the sideline, keeps that ball in play and has support in the shape of Darragh Lyons, who just very casually just hangs onto that ball. You can see seizing up the options. Possession, absolutely so crucial in the modern game. Kieran Power gets it off as far as Joe Duggan. 13 in his back, but as we mentioned, operating out around the Lorna Porca area. Being policed there by Carl Scanlon. Good tackling by Scanlon. Can Kill turn this over? This will be a huge moment, I suppose, and it's like that on county final days. Those moments can be so crucial. Great disciplined tackling by the Kill guys on that occasion. And it's Donal Quayle, 10 in his back, looking for options. Has support from his opposite wing forward, Anthony Kiley. Played on the 40 last weekend, number 12 on his back this afternoon. They're going route one, looking for Kerwin and Brown inside. Will he keep this in play? Seems to have the measure of Conor Sheridan. He's gone inside, getting a bit of latitude. 8 in his back, going forward, crosses the 13. Will he get a score? Turning and twisting. Was it steps? Referee says play on. Gets a kick in. Saved again by Boland. On his way out there. Tripped on his way out. And to be honest, Kerwin could have been blown for steps, but I don't know why he didn't fist that ball over the bar, Frankie.
Yeah, he could have. He had a couple of options. He could have fisted over the bar. He could have given it inside. But no, Killer back to their tactics. They have to change in Kieran Kerwin and
he's operating. Yeah.
And it's really paying dividend for him there, because he's after getting on a lot of ball, and he's after getting a few opportunities there for scores. But
and that worked last week as well, didn't it? With like Kerwin kind of swapping in and out,
They might rule all these chances that they're missing.
They certainly will, and you can see they're kind of beginning to open up the route one tactic now, not going through the hands of guys making a run. They're giving the pop pass inside, and in fairness to Kerwin, the last couple of balls he's won there ahead of Conor Sheridan, even though Sherry is trying his best to just stick with him,
Yeah.
Hopefully this isn't too concerning for Kieran Kerwin. I'm sure the Kill camp are pretty anxious on the line. I see Eddie Power and his management team, Peter Torpy down underneath us. And
it looks like he's getting a bit of smelling salts.
Yeah, he seemed to. I'm not sure he could have ran into the post there as well with that incident, and Mark Boland as well. It was very close to that goal line.
He ran into Mark Boland's knee.
Yeah, not a nice thing either, is it?
No.
Paul Allen is warming up, who was, of course, put in a solid enough shift last week. He'd be disappointed probably not to.
He worked very hard last week, in fairness to
feature. I'm sure we'd see him in action at some stage. So Kerwin picks himself up very, very gingerly there, and he makes his way back out. Himself and Darragh Lyons, of course. Part of the Waterford senior intercounty hurling setup. They're not thinking about that this afternoon. They're thinking about getting their clubs back to the top flight for next season in the senior football championship. Mark Boland playing it around in a very dodgy area. He's looking for options. Mike Kiley making a run, and they turn it over. Taking their eye off the ball. Can it be punished by Keane Brown? Was that a foot block? Referee has a look at it and says no. Play on. Play the whistle. Very close to the end line. Kill managed to retain the ball. Pop pass back out as far as Scanlon, getting there ahead of Lacey. Can he go one more? He has support there. Back in as far as Queally. You can hear John Flynn calling for it. Man of the match last week in the Eastern final. He kicked that crucial score. Is he going to get his first this afternoon off his left leg? Umpires having a look at it and they're waving wide. They did well to recycle it, and they'll be disappointed, Frank, they didn't have an end product there.
Another chance gone. Again, I think they're going to rule these chances. They'll have to start taking one or two. The only good thing about it is that they are creating the chances. And if they keep at it, one of them is certainly going to win.
And again, just Keelan, they just took his eye off the ball at a crucial juncture, and Brown, he started well. Maybe he just needs a score just to maybe settle him down another little bit and get the confidence going,
he does, and he score. Obviously, he's going to be tagged, and the Dungarvan lads know that he's the danger man. And
again, just as we say, Derek Barry, but does manage to just retain a kill, nearly turning that over. But in fairness, the work rate from both sets of sides, I know you'd expect to see it in the county final, but the tackling and aggression from both sides very impressive so far.
Yep, Killer getting an awful lot of hand in there and disrupting the ball out of Dungarvan.
Dara Lyons, beautiful ball by Dara. Just saw that Darren Duggan had peeled away from his marker. Mike Kiley making his way up the field, looking for the danger man. That's Crotty. You feel he has the legs on Hennessy, the full back. Was he pulled back off his right leg? Chance of a score for Gavin Crotty. Referee waves wide. I thought he was going to come back there for an advantage because he was pulled there, but probably right to have an effort just off target on that occasion. And it gives Kieran Dunphy and the Kill lads a chance to launch another attack. There's 24 on the clock on the scoreboard, which probably means around 22.
Niall Hennessy want to be careful because Tony Larkin is after ticking him already, and he kind of gave a little tug there on Gavin when he was going past him.
Lucky not to be spotted. Michael Kiley and Brendan Cullen just failed to communicate there, but reading that play very well, as he always does, is Dara Lyons down the line as far as Gavin Crotty. Can he keep this one in play? Good soccer player as well, shows it there, gets there ahead of Hennessy. Is he fouled? Yes, says the referee. Lovely silky skills there, Frankie.
Yeah.
And just got there, and again, say Hennessy, could that be viewed as a deliberate trip there? I don't want to be putting words in the referee's ear there, but he just has to be careful, as he said. We'll follow the play. Dungarvan get on with it quickly. Crotty back to Lyons, looking for the run of Gavin again. He's turning and twisting. You can see he was turning on the right leg and trying to draw it in. Good discipline tackling there by Kill in the shape of John Flynn. Wasn't handled on the ground. Battle for possession here. Who's going to win that all-important ball? It's picked up by Ben Kerwin. Worked his socks off last week in their win over Newtown. He needs support. Kieran Power standing his ground. Good play by Dungarvan. Fairness to both sides. Not giving an inch. You wouldn't expect him to in a county intermediate final. This one coming live from Walsh Park. Hope you're enjoying it. Corey Kennedy, the Kill captain, gets a bit of space and brings it into the centre of the field. Here's Anthony Kiley getting on a lot of balls so far. Off his left leg, changes the direction of play over as far as Donald Queally. Marking him as John Kern. He comes back with it. Back as far as Ben Kerwin again on their own 45-metre line. Just need to be careful not to lose possession. John Flynn. Familiar style with the socks rolled up, and what a storming game he played last weekend. Keelan Daly and Keane Brown. Timmy Organ says, off you last Keane, line ball to Dungarvan. Keelan Daly, I'm sure, will be pretty relieved with that. Dara Lyons, I should say, looking for support off his goalkeeper there. Mike Kiley, show and go, he's so good at that. The former Tornina man, of course. Good hand pass up as far as John Kern on the 65-metre line. 45-metre line, I should say, crosses that. Kieran Power, 10 in his back, being policed by Scanlon. You can hear the Kill management calling to just stand him up. They're doing that so far. Good disciplined tackling there by Mike Dunphy. Off the shoulder is Gavin Crotty. Another hand pass back as far as Mike Kiley. Dungarvan are intent on just keeping this ball. Jack Lacey, the team captain. Plenty of space on that far overside if Conor Sheridan can be spotted. It's a bit loose from Kiley. Sherry and Anthony Kiley in a race for possession. The cornerback does well to retain that ball. Back as far as Jamie Nagle. Now goes down the line, down as far as Darren Duggan, showing well for that ball, out in front of his man, going forward. Is he fouled? Referee says play on. Donald Queally trying to turn it over. Dungarvan have it. Joe Duggan, Johnny Burke, going for his first score off his right leg on the 21-metre line, pops it over the bar. That's a super score by young Burke there. It's his first season playing adult football, and the way he gets on the ball and the way he orchestrated that score, Frank, you think he's playing with a few years?
Yeah, patient build up, got it to the right man in the shoot, got it to the shooter in the danger zone, and took his chance when it came to him. And
that's the difference, like 5 points to 2. Dungarvan, when they go up, they've been more profitable so far, in fairness to them.
Yeah, they've been more clinical in front of the goal, okay. Just still early doors, as the fellow would say. Kill will still create these chances, and they'll have to start taking them.
Kieran Kerwin won that kick out, and Kill have possession again. It's Donald Queally, tries to shrug off his marker. That's Michael Kiley, gets past the 65-metre line, and again, thought the pass was going straight there, but it's picked up by Oisin Queally. Haven't seen too much of him so far. Long ball, Ben Kerwin being faced there by Dara Lyons. That's great play by Lyons, got there ahead of the number 9, and Dungarvan turned this ball over. Picked up by Lyons, drives out with that ball. Keane Brown testing the fibre of the jersey. Referee happy enough to play on. Jack Lacey. Dungarvan go through the hand passing route so well. There was an awful lot of hand passing in their game at Medeligo last weekend, but they won't mind. They came out on top, Frankie. That's they're here on Mirror, I suppose.
There's an awful lot of hand passing in the game.
There is.
In every game.
I'd like to see it in the modern day, I suppose. It's possession, as they say, 9/10 of the law, I suppose. Kieran Power down the line, showing well for that ball out in front of his man. That's Dunphy, the cornerback. They're having a good old battle there, in fairness to the two of them. Kieran Power on the 13-metre line. Diagonal ball, looking for the run of Joe Duggan. Goes high and holds. Great take there by the corner forward. It was away. And from Kil's point of view, they'll be happy they called back for the free. That was a brilliant take there as well. I'm not sure whether he called the mark or not, but the referee anyway said it was into the back.
Can't be.
Yeah. Drew it well and headed goalwards and was pulled down. But that was a great win there by Joe Duggan. In fairness, he's getting on a lot of ball.
Yeah, he's a small lad, but he's big in stature.
And Gavin Crotty
should pop this one over.
Yeah, going for his 3rd point. Could this be his 2nd free? Umpires like the look at it. And up the white flag goes. Dungarvan have hit the 6-point mark to Kills. 2 points. Around about 4 or so minutes to go, 2 half-time, plus whatever referee Tony Larkin decides to add on. In fairness, there hasn't been many stoppages in this opening half.
No, not really.
In fairness, and it's flowed well. In fairness, and the official, they've done well so far. In fairness too, leaving it, blowing when you have to blow, things like that.
Leaving it flow. Will Kill be disappointed with just a 2-point return so far?
Yeah, you'd have to think so. But they will want to get something, as you say, on the board before half-time. Mikey Nichols looking for Kennedy. He's one go-to guy inside. Seemed to be pushed in the back there by Derek Barry, just showing well, and you could see Derek had a stormer last week and 3 minutes of additional time, in fact, so obviously Kieran O'Toole wasn't reading our script up here, so but I suppose, look, there was that incident well, maybe to Kerr when he was down with a while, and with the water you just don't know as well.
Yeah, so this is a crucial kick now for
Brown off his left leg with the kit off the ground, this to make his first score, and he draws it over nicely. Good confident kick by the teenager, floats it over the bar. It's back to a 3-point game. Opening score for Keane Brown. He'll be happy with that one, and well won by Kennedy, and back to a 3-point game. Kill still hanging in there, Frankie.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of time. There's the second half to go. I think just if Kill just shift focus a little bit and take the limelight away from Brown and get someone else involved, and Brown might be able to get the ball off the runners.
Yeah, bring other players into it, because in fairness, we haven't seen too much of Colin Scanlon. He was outstanding last week. Dungarvan goes short here, and the dreaded short kick out, I suppose, sometimes great when they come off, and Darragh Lyons, but he's a good reliable source, and the number 6 comes away with the ball for the Old Borough, has Michael Kiley on the side, but decides to go short and just make sure that hand pass. Jack Lacey on the ball, now off as far as Joe Duggan, plays the 1-2 with Lacey. Lifted the O'Neill Harnedy Cup last weekend, the Western title, of course, as Dungarvan lifted it for the first time since 2017. They'll be aiming to go senior. I'm sure Kill will have a thing or two to say about that come the end of the 60 minutes here in the Welsh Park sunshine. A breezy Welsh Park, but ideal conditions for football. Johnny Burke spraying this one across the field. You can see the wind may take that, but it's going to hang in play. Kieran Power having a good battle with Mike Dunphy, but winning this duel so far. I think he may well come back for advantage here. Yeah, and fair referee had the hand up, and Kieran will be happy with that, and a chance for Dungarvan to mount another attack. It's probably a difficult one for Gavin Crotty off his right leg to have a go. Might work a short one here, Frank.
Yeah, I'm just thinking the same myself. Like he's nearly on the touchline there, and it's on his wrong side as well. So I think
he might be shaping up to have a go, though, Frank.
Knowing Gavin, he has the confidence to have a go.
Certainly does. 2 points and free so
far.
He
worked the short. He caught it nobody.
Kieran Power off his right leg, kicked a crucial one earlier on. Is this a second for Power? The Raider is certainly in from his point of view this afternoon. That's a super score. Brilliantly worked by Dungarvan. Crotty to Power, turned to his trusty right leg, kicks it over the bar. 7-3, Dungarvan leads, super score.
Yeah, great score, well worked. As we said, like it was a little bit of a cute angle for Gavin, and he worked it into Kieran Power. It's 2 points for Kieran there now. He's
going well.
And I see you have the hamstring heavily strapped now since he went down, and he's gone in on the full forward bar.
Down on top of midfield, Berlini plucked out of the sky there by young Johnny Burke. Dungarvan have their tails up now, in as far as Duggan. There's a runner off the shoulder. That's Kieran Power. Chance of a goal off his right leg. Saved brilliantly by the goalkeeper. That's Kieran Dunphy. Good recovery there. Power goes in, punches the crossbar and says, oh, that could have been a goal, but good goalkeeping there by Kieran Dunphy, and good recovery as well. Now if Kill could come down the other end and get a score, psychologically this would be huge, but they need to retain the football first of all. Doing so is Donald Queally. Needs support though. There's very few green jerseys down here in front of us though, and you can see that's why they're getting a bit frustrated. They go backwards. Queally back as far as John Flynn. Peter Casey down the line. Of course he won his appeal late last night, suspended last week. Back in the fray this afternoon, turning it over is Johnny Burke. He's worked his socks off for Dungarvan and he's fouled. So Dungarvan from missing that goal, win it back, and again Kiel, there was no options up front, Frankie. Dungarvan would be delighted with that.
Yeah, they had no options up front, but they had a lot of players around the middle of the field, and they never tried to get them involved in it.
And referee there just saying to John Flynn, and he's going to have a word here with the number 5, is he?
I think John Flynn said something to the linesman, I think.
Yeah, there's one thing you do is don't talk to Timmy Organ anyway.
I wouldn't say he was the first fella to talk to Timmy Organ.
And not the first fella Timmy would inform his referee of then. That's what he does. So it's a yellow card for John Flynn. And again, needless to pick up what approaching nearly, you could say, half time as well. Well, sorry, there's 30, probably is still maybe 2 minutes. Gavin Crotty off his right leg, takes this one off the ground. It's going to hang in the air. Is it going to be kept in play? It is by Kieran Power. Brilliant play by him, turning and twisting, just loses his footing. Pop pass back as far as Cullen. Inside as far as Jack Lacey, 1 point so far. Is this a second for the captain for Dungarvan? Draws it over the bar, super score. I'm sure his dad Mike and mum Fina will be delighted with that one. 2 points now for the Dungarvan captain, and so good at getting in those positions. Referee calls for the ball for half time. He's brought an end to a first half that Dungarvan have been on top. They've illustrated that on the scoreboard as well. 8 points to 3. Quick word, Frank Ryan. Certainly they've been more profitable when they've gone forward, and 2 points from play Jack Lacey, 2 from play for Kieran Power. Burke with a crucial one as well, and they'll be much the happier trotting into the dugouts.
Oh yeah, they'll be much the happier, right? But I say Kill will be ruling themselves because they had a lot of possession in the final third and never made use of it. So it's I say to be harsh words in the Kill dugout at half time.
Yep, we certainly will indeed. So we'll take a bit of a breather here ourselves. It's half time in this JJ Cavan and Sons County Intermediate Football Championship final, coming to you live from Walsh Park. It's Dungarvan holding the edge at half time, and their full value for that lead. Half time score, it's Dungarvan 8 points, Kill 3 points. We'll chat to you again very shortly. And yes, you're very welcome back to Walsh Park. Half time in this county intermediate football final. See, county treasurer John Jackson makes his way up. 8 points to 3. Dungarvan leading Kill, and Frank Ryan. I just seen the Kill lads there. We'll get 2 subs there. You might jot those ones down, or we'll get them in a minute there anyway. But Tony Larkin about to restart. We'll bring you those in due course. So changes aplenty. Both sets of teams, of course, bidding for senior status next season. Last time Dungarvan won it, of course, was in 2017. Kill have to go back to 1995 for the last time they won the intermediate football. They need a big second half if they're going to get back into this one. Ball in, game on, and straight away from the throw-in. Carl Scanlon linking up with Kerwin. They need a good start to this second half. Can Kerwin provide it? Off his right leg, it's over the bar. That's a super score, and you can see the subs underneath us are happy with that. I just saw them before they went off there, and they had a few choice words to say. We need to up this one. Super score there by Kieran Kerwin.
Yeah, he won it from the kick, throw in. Brought it forward in, and lovely strike over the bar. Good start, just what they needed.
Confidence booster as well, yeah, absolutely. And Kill will be happy that Paul Allen has come into the Kill team as well.
Paul Allen's in there for 29, Casey.
Okay.
And Andy Kiley's gone off as well. I'm trying to see who came on. Number 18, Eric Lonergan.
Okay, Eric is in, yeah. Eric came in last again and played a pivotal role as well. Dungarvan will want to respond. It's Mike Kiley on the ball now. Going forward. Killman is down on the ground here. Carl Scanlon, that doesn't look too good. Let's hope he's okay. Dungarvan go route 1. Cullen looking for the run of power, showing very well. 2 points to his name so far, going for a third. Turns on a sixpence. Is it over? Umpire goes for the white flag. He's on fire this afternoon, Kieran Power. Brilliant showing for the ball out in front of his man. He's been policed by Oisin Quealy, but quality ball going in as well. And Power, when he kicks like that, he's a good confident player.
Oh yeah, he is a confident player. But young Scanlon looks to be injured down there. It looks like he jarred his knee in the ground. But a great score by Kieran Power. He's really taken this game by the horn.
Yeah, he has. Yeah,
he's really up for. He's man of the match material as of now.
Yeah,
3 points from play.
Yeah, certainly has that in his locker. In fairness, and a good long range kicker just strokes it over, and Peter Kerwin there. And the Kill management.
This has come as a blow to Kill just after making 2 substitutions already. If young Scanlon has to go off.
Yeah, he certainly is a wholehearted player. Had him involved, of course, in the county minor squads last year, and such an influential player, particularly the great win over Clare last weekend and the draw with Limerick, and he just brings that energy.
You're still talking about that?
Work rate to the table, sure, look, in fairness.
You bring that to the grave with you.
Somewhat unlucky now not to qualify. Well, sure, look, it was when you're waiting 5 or 6 years, Sir Frank, you take anything, I suppose, when you're involved with a football squad, so. Even Rua's having a laugh at that one, I think. So we got a bit of, I think, you were trying to suss out a bit of information. Last time Dungarvan played in Walsh Park, or maybe won in Walsh Park?
Played,
92,
right. Yeah.
92, right? The year I was born.
The year you were born, yeah, all those years ago. I was just thinking of it when they came down here. I can't recall.
And that was the last of their 3 in a row then. I'm not sure who did they play in that final then. It must
probably
have been
McCormack,
right?
I would imagine. It's not looking good for young Scanlon there.
No,
now.
it's not.
He's down a while.
You know by the way he's down, and they're looking at it. And in fairness, some Dungarvan players as well are over. See John Kern very sportingly just wishing him the best. And as you say, in that ground as well as rock hard too. Frank, the last couple of weeks, fellas have suspended a lot of energy, and particularly Cahill when he's up and down that field.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, suspended all around you. And the minute you hit the ground, then it's as you said, it's like falling on concrete.
Yeah.
But he'd be a huge loss now. He's trying to stand up now. Right fell around him. Chunky Kerwin is there.
Could be the knee or the ankle. Or he can't seem to put much weight in it. I think he's going to have to come off. Yeah. So Eric Lonergan, I think, is in the team now. In number 7, and absolutely, very sportingly from both sets of teams here. Cahill Scanlon has been taken off there. See Peter Kerwin down. So Eric Lonergan comes in. Very disappointing for Cahill, a really wholehearted player, and he had such an outstanding game last week, and he gave it everything so far this afternoon.
It's a sad way to end up in the county final, you know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, see the ankle or the knee, whatever, but you just see him when he couldn't put weight on it. And in fairness, nice round of applause from both sets of teams here, very sportingly, and hopefully we wish him a speedy recovery. Anyway, he's a great career ahead of him. In fairness.
Yeah, hopefully it's not too bad.
You can see the hurt and disappointment in his face. He'll be disappointed, but really unfortunate. Kill will have to battle on, and they'll soldier on without him. No doubt they'll do that. As Eric Lonergan enters the equation, will follow the play. Gavin Crotty has possession, and just gives it away. Well intercepted by Kieran Kerwin. Being urged on, he single-handedly really hauled Kill back into this game. Being policed by Joe Duggan, he's policed by a wall of blue jerseys. Pop pass inside, does it go to hand? It doesn't. It's play taken out there. Great reading of the play by Derek Barry. Mike Kiley off to Jamie Nagle, and now Dungarvan can break. Kill's handling at crucial junctures today has just let him down, and Could they rue that? Down as far as Brendan Cullen. He's really shown for the ball well, getting on an amount of it, doing a lot of spade work. So too is Joe Duggan, dancing this way and that. Luke Middleton, I think it is, policing him. Back as far as Jamie Nagle. And trying to just draw that one with the breeze across the field. Gavin Crotty, look how deep he is, but always puts in a solid shift for Dungarvan. Mike Kiley on the ball now. Player who loves to get forward. Seems to be nudging the back. Referee is happy enough to play on. He's gaining good yardage here, Mike Kiley. Back as far as John Kern, just put the hands down because he knew Kieran Power was there. 3 points in play so far. He's on fire for the Old Borough. Back as far as Mike Kiley, linking up once again with Gavin Crotty. 9 points to 4. Dungarvan lead. Jamie Nagle, you can see, really just peeling away here, and they're keeping that ball well.
Dungarvan be happy to do this all day. It's up to Kill now to come in and contest them and press up on them.
They could have an end product here, Frank, with Gavin Crotty. Umpire's looking at this one. It's gone to the right and wide on that occasion there. And as you say, Dungarvan, they're playing a hand-passing game, but they're playing it unchallenged, Frank. Kill are going to have to get closer, you know.
Especially the way there's 5 points in and now Kill have to put a little bit of pressure on him. Kieran Kerr was just unlucky with a hand pass to Ben Kerwin there a minute ago. It just went in behind him rather than ahead of him. And we could have a different result if it was into his hand.
Here's Luke Middleton. They're pleading for steps there, but Kill will be pretty relieved with that one. Referee says go on, bring it up to 13 metres. John Flynn, they need to get their good players on the ball now. Kicks it literally nearly off Joe Duggan there. Ben Kerwin showing out in front of Darragh Lyons, switching the direction of the play. Will this hang in the air? Well, one is it no by Queely, just took it. Thought it was going to fall for Mikey Nichols, and then Queely failed to catch it. Down the line as far as Johnny Burke, super score from play in the opening half. Managing to retain that ball. Nichols comes in to challenge him, but Dungarvan, so far in fairness, they've retained that ball and hung on to it very well. Here's Darragh Lyons. Number 6, lovely swerve there by Darragh Lyons. Good footwork. Off the shoulder is Jamie Nagle. Now on to John Kern. Just seems to get through a cluster of bodies there, and when he puts on the afterburners, he's very good at going forward. To Kieran Power, really showing well. He's really fired up for this game. I'm sure he'd love to get back and have a shot at the senior championship next year, but there's still time. 36 minutes gone. John Kern on the 13-metre line. Can he draw this one in? Right leg effort from Kern. It looks good. You know it looks good when the keeper is looking up at it like that. Kieran Dunphy over the bar from John Kern. Again, the lovely build-up there by Dungarvan. Kern, who in fairness mightn't be noted for his scoring, Frank, but that was a brilliant curling effort. 10 points to 4, and Kill really need to score. They're in danger of being, you know what I mean, being run over here.
Yeah, it's just the game. The goalkeeper started it too quick. The referees are bringing it back. Yeah, they're in a bit of danger now. They won a ball in the middle of the field there and just kicked it to the sideline and lost it. And Dungarvan played it through the hands and went up the field, and a great score by John Kern.
Great score by John Kern. I think the linesman there spotted something there. I think Tony Larkin is maybe just going to have a little bit of off the ball stuff and maybe a bit of frustration.
It's always
in from the Kill point of view, isn't it?
Timmy Organ spotting something, isn't it?
Well, I mean, look, this is only the linesman doing his job, Frank.
Oh yeah, Spitty the other half and don't do it.
Kieran Dunphy going to take the kick out for a Kill. It's a dreadful kick out by Dunphy, only into Gavin Crotty. Off his shoulders by Kiley. Dungarvan now are brimming with confidence. Kiley can tack on another. He has Burke off the shoulder to extend their lead off his right leg, and I think there may be, was that no, I thought the keeper was putting up for a 45 there, but Burke went for the outside of the right more so than using his left leg. But again, Dungarvan's movement, and again, it's been very like they're going forward without a tackle, without a glove being laid on them, Frank.
Yeah, they are going forward at ease. I think, in fairness to them, they're showing a little bit of experience. You know, they're keeping the ball through the hands when they need it, and they're kicking into when the guy's in space. Yeah,
and they are, and you have to remember that like Dungarvan played in the senior championship 2 years ago. Yeah. They're not a bad side. Still plenty of time for Kill though. Donald Queely going forward off his right leg, peeling away is Ben Kerwin. Inside the cover, off his right leg. They need a score. A point will do. He'll take that. Good score by Ben Kerwin. It's the opening score for a second there. It maybe looked like a green flag was possible, but good patience there. Dungarvan got back in numbers, but Kerwin knew that a score was crucial there. It brings it back to a 5-point game.
Just wondering if he went on the outside rather than in, where the goal opportunity there. But, at least he got a point away anyway.
Dungarvan will be happy enough to if they can, dump it. Obviously they'll want to get no football up there. Killers and get a football up there, so I'm sure Mark Boland will be in no hurry with these kickouts in the second half.
No, he's just showing his experience, just slow down the game. Don't leave any momentum build up in the Kill side. It's a good play by the goalkeeper, It's up to Kill to get another ball behind the goal if they need one.
Exactly, yeah. Again, you could just see there the two Kill men got drawn to the ball, and there's open road here for Michael Kiley to go into. Looking for Kieran Power, just loses his footing at a crucial juncture. That's mopped up by Oisin Quealy. Now Kill can counter-attack, but they're going to have to do it with pace. And now you can see, they must have heard you, Frank, they're getting down that second football. Luke Middleton, route one ball, but it's a bit of a loose one on top of Ben Kerwin. Dara Lyons coming out on top of that duel, and Kill just guilty of kicking away the ball. But Dungarvan now do it. Keane Brown tries to prod it forward, gets it on the second attempt. This man has legs, he has support off the shoulder. Mikey Nichols needs to attack this ball. Johnny Burke after him off his right leg. Is this his opening score? It certainly is from Mikey Nichols. 2 unanswered points now for the Eastern champions. They're beginning to get a bit of confidence, and Mikey Nichols not in the game much, but good score.
Yeah, good score. Settled the nerves down for him now. 2 scores on the trot. I think it's the first time they've done it in the game, so hopefully they'll build from it now.
See Gavin Power being called down there by the Dungarvan management team. Damien Gagan, of course, in the stand here. Of course, Gavin kicked 2 crucial points in the extra time last week. Frank made a big impact.
He did, and he showed his composure when he came on and at a crucial stage of the game.
Yeah, sure, he'll be in very, very shortly. He trots off to warm up. Things beginning to hot up here, which a brilliant mark there, literally taken on his knees by Brendan Cullen. Now, in fairness, Frank has worked really hard on the 40 for Dungarvan, you know.
He is. He's doing all the hard donkey work, as they would say.
Yeah, really unselfish player as well. Gets on it, and as I say, does the simple things well. Here's another player who does the simple things well. Gavin Crotty needs support, has it in the shape of Burke. Cullen stayed running on the bank side of Walsh Park. A few souls over there this afternoon in the 200 spectator attendance. And I'm sure many of you tuned in online to this afternoon's live stream. Courtesy of the Belfry Bar in Kildare and Hallahan's Pharmacy in Dungarvan as well. Thanks to the two of them for their sponsorship. And we hope you're enjoying it. Johnny Burke goes forward. Good tackling by Oisin Quealy. Good looping hand pass there into John Kern. Got a point from here a moment ago. Is he thinking about a second one? Kill now, you can see, Frank, they're kind of getting the numbers back there, not giving Dungarvan as much time on the ball. But Dungarvan seem to find pockets of space, and Kieran Power does so. Cullen making a great run there off camera. Now coming into the equation. Was it overcooked by Power? It certainly was. Good work right by Paul Allen. Hand pass inside as far as Luke Middleton. He was going to go for a kick pass, then decided to retain the ball. Ben Kerwin, you can see, trying to peel away from his marker. Now John Flynn had a storming game last week, man of the match in the Eastern final. That Derby win over Newtown, beginning to get his confidence going. Here's Luke Middleton.
Corey Kennedy made a great run.
Corey off the ball, great work there by Michael Kiley. Just read it really well. Keane Brown is policing him though. Back as far as Boland. Good pressure by the corner forward. Out as far as Mike Kiley. Dangerous moment here for Dungarvan. Will Barry get on this? He will, and they go across the field. Across as far as Dara Lyons. Needs to get on this ball quickly. Being tackled there by Mikey Nichols. Fouled by Mikey Nichols there. Needless as well on Dara Lyons. So good as well at drawing those fouls. And he pops it out as far as Johnny Burke, who's in a really deep role. Kicked a crucial point in the first half. Things really beginning to open up now. 41 minutes gone in Walsh Park. 10 points Dungarvan, 6 points Kill, Frank, and it has opened up a bit.
It's getting to the crucial stage here anyway. It's shit or bust really, you know, for Kill. So they'll have to go for it, and they seem to be up in the ante a little bit.
Here's Dara Lyons on the 65-metre line. Kill, seem to be more organised now, particularly in their defensive unit. But this is a dangerous ball inside, hangs in the air. Crotty and the full-back Hennessy there. Well read up by the goalkeeper Dunphy inside. Difficult one as well with that sun glaring into his sign as well, and you can into his eyes, and you can see the Kill supporters underneath us, or subs underneath us, just telling their backs to get on with things quick. Luke Middleton steps back inside as far as Hennessy now on the ball. The vastly experienced full-back needs to get rid of the ball, and again it's a very loose pass by Niall Hennessy. Dungarvan could profit. Kieran Power going for his forward from play. Lovely balance and control by Kieran Power off the fingertips of Dunphy and over the bar. It's a 4 point for Kieran Power, but Kill will be absolutely devastated with that, because they had the ball in a crucial area. Pass not going to hand. Can't do that with Kieran Power around.
No, they're being punished anytime they make a mistake. In fairness, Kieran Power is after taking this game by the throat really, and scoring some great scores today. Yeah,
and operating now seems to be on the edge of the square as well, Frank, and certainly has the legs as well on Niall Hennessy, he won't be sleeping too well with that one tonight, I think. Down on top of the throw to Joe Duggan here. Really bad, but Joe, look what he does. He gives it away in turn. John Flynn on the ball. Kill, you feel, need a score before this water break, but will that be coming at a bad time maybe for them? Maybe it might be coming at a good time, you don't know. We'll get on with the play and follow the play. Even Oisin Quealy again, it's another loose pass, so luckily his namesake Donald Quealy is there to mop up this ball. He's going forward on the 65-metre line, looking for options. The options from Kill seem to be very, very slow this afternoon, and they're at walking pace, so they're not going to gain much yardage there by going across the field. They need to go forward. Here's Eric Lonrigan in possession. Kieran Kerwin being tackled hard there by Jack Lacey. Referees took a while there to blow the whistle. Kieran was nearly waiting for it. Diagonal ball, looking for the run of Kennedy inside, battling with Darragh Lyne. Darragh Lyne's got a crucial hand in. That's a big win for Dungarvan. They're fouled on their way out. That could be a big moment in this county final there for Sheridan. And Darragh Lyne's so good at that, just like discipline, without fouling, gets the hand in. Crucial win.
Yeah, crucial win. And I think we've just seen a little bit of frustration out of Corey Kennedy there. You know, he knows things are not going well for Killen. He's kind of frustrated. But well done, Darragh Lyne. We spoke about him before the game, the impact he could have on this game. And here's another man having a great impact on the game.
Power, right or left leg, he can kick him, but this one is going to drop into the waiting arms of Kieran Dunphy, who's dealt with everything so far, in fairness, from the Kill goalkeeper. Both goalies keeping clean sheets so far, but there have been a few goal-scoring opportunities. Here's the wing-back, Eric Lonrigan, almost lost that ball, but managed to hang on to it. Kieran Kerwin has support up the lines. Mikey Nichols just took his eye off it, and again, you can see the way Kerwin looks up to the air to say, lads, why are we losing so many of those ones? Now, Nichols is down on the ground. Referee says we'll go back to that. Good sportsmanship by Dungarvan, but we'll follow the play. Gavin Crowley linking up with Mike Kiley. They seem to have loads of energy. Mike would love to get his name on the score sheet. He may well do. He certainly will do. So Dungarvan lead by double scores now. Their confidence, as we said, is sky high now. Lovely movement. They're all on the same wavelength as well. Crotty to Kiley. They know each other well, of course, from their county experience, Frank, and that was a super score by Mike Kiley.
Yeah, it's great to see that Michael Kiley's taking things on board, what he's been told in the county team to do. Once he get in the scoring position, pop it over the bar.
Yeah,
and
he's a player.
It's an easy game.
In fairness, even he's a back, and I've seen, from even watching you train, he's a player who loves to get forward, and when he nails dozens as well, it gives him confidence as well, doesn't it?
I wouldn't say he's after scoring much in his time, but I mean that was a crucial score there for him. He took it very, very well.
We won't hear the end of that one.
No, I won't hear. I'm sure I'll be getting a text later on. But we know he's a tight marking player. He's the fella you put on the opposition danger man. But he's kind of a free role going forward today. Yeah,
he is, and Kill. They'll have to throw everything in this with the water. The water break now comes in the second half. It's pretty a good time after that. Mike Kiley scored 12 points to 6, and you have to say, Frank, full value for every bit of that.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. And a few misplaced shots from Kill, it could have been a lot closer. But I think they'll have to get a couple of players involved in the game. Oisin Creedy from centre back is not really involved in the game. I think if they bring him out and try and get him involved in the game, get him driving forward at the Dungarvan lads, and hopefully create a goal scoring opportunity for Brown or Kerwin or Kennedy in the inside line,
Yeah. See Sean Michael O'Regan, the county chairman, making his way in. Of course, he'd dearly love to be presenting it to the Kill captain, but so far it looks like Jack Lacey will be coming up those steps, Frank. So far.
Yeah, it's looking like it's Dungarvan. But I mean,
long way to go, though, in fairness, isn't there?
It's 15, 17 minutes to go on. Young Mike Nichols is after coming off now, so just wondering who's gone on there for him now. So probably the last throw of the dice,
It is, yeah, and they have to throw everything into it. Kill, of course, great win last weekend with Dungarvan as well. You have to remember that they've played in a couple of these county finals, of course, won it in 2017 a couple of years ago, and as we were saying.
But yeah, you have to say,
unlucky to come down as well the following year.
Yeah. But you have to say with Dungarvan's experience through the hurling campaigns down through the last couple of years, contesting finals and semi-finals, these big days, they know what they're all about. You know what I mean? And they know how to play the occasion and the game, and their game management is pretty good today. You see the ball going through hands when it has to go through hands, and you see him kicking it long into the corner when they are space there for the inside forward line to create. Yeah,
so Dermot D throws the water bottle in there, and hands on hips. I see legendary John Joe Fern come down there as well, of course, who's involved in the backroom team.
Sure, John, any winning thing in Dungarvan, John Joe is involved in, in fairness. He's nearly as good to jump on the bandwagon as Matt Keane.
Of course, we've Matt back in studio, back at base today as well. For a change, as fairness, So
talking Gaelic football with Tony Corcoran, I ain't got a clue what you're talking about.
Had the legendary Tony Corcoran, I believe, in with him earlier on, sub on the Kill team. So 98, Richard Lynch in. Back at the play, Kill, we said they need to throw everything at this last 15 minutes now. They're trailing by 6. They have possession though. John Flynn just took his eye. Is he going to come back for the free? They're lucky because Flynn had taken his eye off it there, and I think there was maybe a late tackle. See Jim Halley makes his way up.
Killers have been a little bit unlucky going forward. Like a lot of hand passes have been behind the man or hitting off his shoulder or not being catched properly, So
they just haven't done, just a bit of maybe, as I say, it's not even taking their more eye off it, but they're not on the same way. Guys maybe moving behind the pass, and this is a crucial one now, Frankie, for Keane Brown. 48 on the.
Will he go for it though? I'm wondering.
Off his left leg, you see, it's going to hang in the air. It's a dangerous one. Dungarvan needs to be careful here. Kennedy gets a fist on it there. Referee says square ball, infringement. That'll do Dungarvan nicely. Nearly as good as a score from Dungarvan's point of view.
Oh, of course it is, yeah. Of Of course,
and there's a man down inside. I'm not sure.
It's a chance for young Boland there to slow it down completely again.
I think it could be Dara Lyons inside.
Yeah, it takes an awful lot for Dara to go down, you know. So
yeah, it seems to be more winded. He got it. Maybe I think he went up for that ball very, very high. And in fairness to Corey as well, good sportsmanship there. But both sides just going in, making sure that he's not too seriously hurt. He's a great warrior, and as he said, Dara, he's a really brave, wholehearted player, isn't he? You know?
Yeah, he's small in stature, but he has a big heart, you know, and it's very hard to dispossess him when he get on the ball. So it's been a very sporting game, really.
It has.
For the county final,
yeah.
like, you know, as you said, a couple of injuries there. The opposition were over to him, home, and everything was all right. So.
Yeah. And in fairness, they are too.
Nice guys win nothing, though.
Exactly. Well, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Especially in county final days, of course, and both sides, of course, as we said, striving to get back to that top flight for next season, 2021, of course. So Mark Boland taking this free out, which Dungarvan won, of course, because of that square ball, dropping ball, high ball. John Kern goes high, fails to win this one. Battle for possession here. Joe Duggan, lovely silky skills. He's a good soccer player as well, and just treads that ball down the line. Now Kern bends his back and gets on with it down the line as far as Darren Duggan. Duggo showing out in front of his man there, holds up that ball so well. Back as far as Joe Duggan. Gavin Crotty, Dungarvan again, their hand passing, been very slick so far this afternoon. Lovely hand there by the number 14. Taking Mike Dunphy or Niall Hennessy on a bit of a tour of Walsh Park. He's done that all afternoon. Lovely jinx inside by Crotty. Can he get a score? Back as far as Cullen. He'd love to get his name on the score sheet. Deserves the score for his work rate this afternoon. Draws it in. Opening score for the man in the 40. He's doing a lot of the donkey work, as we said earlier on, Frank Ryan, getting in these positions, and he deserves that score.
He is. He's after being the provider of many a score today, but you know, that was one well deserved, and I'd be delighted with that one.
Kill really have to get going here so far, Dungarvan, and like in fairness to Dungarvan, they've not had to exert themselves too much on the game, just kicking the scores at ease, a lot of them, like without being pressurised, you know.
They need a goal now, and fairly quickly too now, Kill do.
John Flynn, as you say, you have to get on with it quickly. Ben Kerwin hasn't been maybe in it as much. He's tried his heart out, in fairness, as have all the Kill lads, but just so far they've met a really superior and Dungarvan side who've been really up for this. They were disappointed to go out of the hurling, but they've really concentrated on the football since that got going and won back the Western title last week. And are they about to win a county title this afternoon? But there's a long way to go. Fergal Lynch, Richard Lynch, I should say, policing Joe Duggan there, and that's back as far as the number 13, Gavin Crotty. Worked so hard for Dungarvan on the 65-metre line. They'll be happy enough to just get on this ball and keep it.
Yeah, you see Gavin is coming out for full forward, just getting it on, slowing it down, keeping it through the hands. You know, waiting for the opportunity to rise and then popping the
Duggan
scores.
back to power, 4 so far with the win, going for his 5th. Kieran Dunphy happy enough to leave this and go out over the end line, and Dungarvan so far, they're happy enough, and like I know Gavin Power is still warming up below there, but they're all doing their bit, Frank. There's no, you know, in fairness, the 15 guys on the field are really working hard.
I say the only time they bring on a few subs during the game is really dead and buried, and they just give a few fellas a run.
Yeah. John Flynn on the ball now, really driving at the heart of defences, as he's done right throughout the Eastern Championship and into the county final today. Looking for the run of Kerwin. He's the go-to man. They'll want to get him on the ball. Corey Kennedy staying outside him, and just about the pass reaches him. They need this one off his right leg. Can Kennedy provide it? That's a confident kick by the Kill captain. Lifted the Eastern title last weekend. He'd be loved to be getting up the steps again this afternoon. He's a bit to do if that's the case, but with kicks like that, they can haul themselves back into a 13-7 crucial one.
Now. They need to win this next ball and need to win the kick out, break forward and get another score now as well, now, just to show that they're really going to put it in for the last 10-12 minutes.
Luke O'Callaghan also warming up there. He came on last week and seemed to be, I think it was a hamstring injury, but seems to be recovered during the week. The Dungarvan medical team there have worked the oracle, so he seems to be coming into the action. Son of the famous Dermot Pele O'Callaghan. Of course, what a win that is by Kieran Power. Has the mark, and of course you have the option of playing on. Was he seemed to be caught late there? I think the referee may come back for a free here, Frank, but
gave the advantage. He's
given the advantage. Yeah, wise, good decision there. Michael Kiley, lovely balance and control by Kiley. Off the shoulder is Gavin Crotty. He's going to go for an effort off his right leg. Can he draw this one in? Gone to the wrong side of the post, and now the referee, I think, is, in fairness, a great refereeing there by Larkin. Going to come back to Oisin Quealy, because I think he caught Kieran Power a little bit late there.
Yeah, he just caught him with his shoulder late as he was kicking.
I think it is Luke O'Callaghan, Frank.
Yeah, Luke O'Callaghan is on for 15.
So it's Duggo coming off Darren Duggan. So Darren Duggan makes his way off. He'll be in no particular hurry, and again, really solid shift by Duggo this afternoon. Got on the ball, just, you know, unselfish, does the simple things well, and he'll be happy with his effort this afternoon.
Yeah, he's a great go-to guy. Like, he's a big man, you know, so he can win ball there when he have to.
Gets the pat in the back there from Dermot D and John, and I see Michael Dwyer down there as well. Done a lot of work with the Dungarvan as regards the fitness as well. Mike Dwyer, great football man, of course. He'd love to get the old borough back into the senior ranks. So far they're on course to do so, but there's still a bit of time. Darragh Lyons goes for the 1-2. Look at the amount of energy he still has. Links up there with the team captain Jack Lacey. First touch for Luke O'Callaghan on the field. Back as far as Darragh Lyons. He's gone forward. Retains the ball, goes for the 1-2. You can hear him roaring for it. Back from Duggan. Is he going to play it? Links up with Gavin Crotty. He is another man offside, or off his shoulder. That's Jamie Nagle. He'd love to get on the score sheet. Can he draw this one in? Seems to kind of just hang it in the air. Maybe kind of put more height in it, more so than trajectory. Frank, and Jamie just off target on that occasion.
Yeah, but he got in a very advanced position there, like, you know. So he was the outlet for the pass off of Gavin and just had a pop.
Kieran Dunphy. Kick out doesn't go to Kieran Carwin, and Mike Kiley reading that play really well. Dungarvan have possession. Are they going to be blown for overcarrying? Well picked up by Luke O'Callaghan. Manages to retain possession. Gavin Crotty can add to his tally. Looks good. Will the wind draw it over? Bounces off the crossbar, but it's not going to go over. It's going to wait or drop into the waiting arms of Kieran Dunphy. Kill need to throw everything at the last maybe 6-7 minutes, and so far they need to get the ball up the field. There's Kieran Kerwin. He's covered every blade of grass, but just not been their day so far. Donald Quealy on the ball. Paul Allen. Good play by the two teenagers, linking up well here, but they need to go forward on the 45-metre line. Outside as far as Ben Kerwin. On the edge of the D is Kennedy. Back to Kerwin. Good 1-2 off his right leg. It's going to hang in the air. Could be dangerous. Boland goes high. John Flynn in there as well. Good goalkeeping. Gets it down as far as Keelan Daly, and off his right leg. Plays it out as far as Joe Duggan, and it's out over into the stand. Nearly as good as the score from Dungarvan's point of view, but good goalkeeping there by Boland. And onto it like a flash was Keelan Daly. Niall Hennessy. Ben Kerwin. Being urged to carry it forward.
Got to work a goal now. That's what
Corey Kennedy, Paul Allen. Gets his name on the score sheet. Good kick. Just about keeps Kill ticking away, I suppose, and 13-8, but they're not gone away yet, Frank, right?
No, they're not gone away, but they need a goal within a minute or two time, you know, just to make a rally for the last couple, because there's going to be about 2 or 3 minutes injury time as well.
Dermot D, the Dungarvan Bonashore, watching every kick. Killer pleading with the referee to say to hurry Boland on with the kick out. Breaking ball. Who's going to win it? John Flynn bends his back, gets over this ball. Man of the match last week in the Eastern final. Foul on his way forward. They're going to empty the tank. Referee just saying go back to the correct position there.
Get the big boys in around the square. Hope for a
Flynn
break.
does so, yeah. Is he going to go outside? He is. Back as far as Hennessy. Barely enough energy on that pass there, and Kill are lucky to retain it. They've done too much of that, are they? And Flynn, very, very dodgy from Kill's point of view. Hennessy, sometimes at times can be a nightmare when you're trying to watch that short passing game and it doesn't come up. But Kill find a bit of energy here. John Flynn finds a gap off to Luke Middleton, way up from his corner back position. He needs outlets, has it in the shape of Ben Kerwin. Off as far as Donald Quealy. Another score would do nicely here. He's going forward. Is he fouled? Yes, says the referee. Almost wrestled to the ground there. And could it be certainly going to be some sort of a card here, you'd feel, Frank? I think Jack Lacey could have been the guilty party there, but a bit of patience there from Kill, even though for a while it looked like they weren't going to retain it. But young Paul Allen doing well there since he came on there, Frank, as well. Last couple of minutes he's come into it, and it looks like the Keane Brown, who got 1 point from a free in the first half, has a chance to add to his tally. You probably would be writing this one down.
Yep.
And you certainly can indeed. Second point for Keane Brown, and all of a sudden 4-point game for Old Dungarvan's dominance, but they're going to make another substitution now. It is Gavin Power, of course, kicked those 2 crucial points in the extra time win over Medeligo last weekend, and the man coming off, Frank, is Brendan Cullinan, hard-working centre forward, and I think that's just maybe just a pair of fresh legs in the last 5 minutes, and Gavin was a bit of energy there as well, you know.
Yeah, he had a good game, Cullen. You know, as you said, he done an awful lot of work for the team. Nothing spectacular for his own individual, just work for the team. And it was delighted to see him getting the score.
The crucial point is absolutely, yeah. Referee or Kieran O'Toole, the fourth official, just gives Tony Larkin the signal to say, yeah, you can get on with things. Mark Boland goes maybe more route one on this occasion. Battle for possession. Who's going to win it? The men in green have it. And it's Eric Lonergan, the hard-working wing-back for Kill. Takes the 1-2 with Oisin Quealy off as far as the man they call Mossy. That's Kieran Kerwin. He's plenty of energy in the tank on the 45-metre line. About to be tackled by Gavin Crotty. Great tackling there. What a turnover that is by Gavin Crotty and Dungarvan. That could be crucial as Kill went forward. But Keane Brown almost wins that back for the Eastern champions. Crotty gets on it again. Now teams beginning to really liven up in the last couple of minutes here. Dungarvan managed to retain the football. Keelan Daly outside as far as Jamie Nagle. Pop pass as far as Kieran Power. 4 points to play. What a shift he's put in for Dungarvan. Needs to release this one though. Has support in the shape of Crotty. And again, as Frank Ryan said earlier on, just orchestrating every move and making sure Dungarvan don't give away that ball. Conor Sheridan on the far overside. Kieran Power, they're in no particular hurry here, and this will suit them. Lines, lovely balance and control there as Paul Allen was in hot pursuit, but Dara hangs on to that football. John Kern back to Lines. You can see Jamie Nagle, they're just creating that space, finding that gap and then going into it. Mike Kiley, no better man to punch holes in the Kill defence, and now you can see there's an opening. It's Jack Lacey, 2 points so far. Can he get a third off his left leg? Captain Ferna fires it over the bar. Brilliant score there by the team captain. In fairness, He's covered a lot of ground. Hasn't been maybe in at every, I suppose, aspect of play. But 3 points for the midfielder. That's a great return, Frankie.
Yeah, he's playing a captain's part there, you know. And as we were saying earlier on, Dungarvan very patient in the build-up. Wait for the opportunity to come. Got their shooters in play. Kill kind of have to commit men forward now, and they're leaving a little bit of gaps up behind, and they're being punished for it. 5 minutes in injury time.
Sean Flynn there winning that free, so 5 minutes injury time. We'll see the board go up very, very shortly, and that ball is just kicked away from Kill at a crucial juncture. Dungarvan will be happy enough to just wind down the clock, and we see Kieran O'Toole put up that board, so 5 minutes at a time, so still plenty of time. 14-9 Dungarvan leads. Great score there by Jack Lacey. Is he going to be getting up those steps, hoisting the trophy? It's looking good for Dungarvan, 14-9, but there is still plenty of time. 5 minutes to go. Gavin Crotty, look how deep he is. Down the line, and that's taken by Luke O'Callaghan, claims that mark, and of course has the option then of playing on, and does so.
I don't think he claimed the mark. I think
didn't he? I think
blew for it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you still have to blow, actually, yeah. And they say most good referees blow anyway, Frank. Is this another one for Dungarvan? Gavin Power? No. I think the umpires didn't even signal when they have their hands in their pocket. They must be getting cold down that end. But it is a perfect day for football. Cushin Queenie, very casual, going in for that ball and almost turned over, but then manages to shrug off his marker, and fairness, he could have been left go there. Dungarvan a point off, but the referee's happy enough to wave play on. Kerwin battling inside with Teggy Barry. Is he pulled there? Fibre in jersey. It's well tested there on that occasion, and he didn't put him down to the ground, so it'll be interesting to see. I'd probably expect this yellow. Kieran O'Toole even has a smile underneath us here, the fourth official, but I think he knows there's a card coming here. But sometimes that's what you have to do, Frank, I suppose, when you're
you play the occasion, don't you?
And
he's just given a free.
Right, very unusual there.
Well, it's not a black card because he didn't land.
He wasn't a deliberate pull down, and then the yellow for pulling the jersey. And in fairness to Derek Barry, I think it's probably his first foul. So technically, referee is correct.
Can't be a black card unless you go into the ground, lads.
Popped over the bar by Kieran Carroll, and it's back to a 4-point game. There's still time, but Kill, they badly need a goal, Frank Ryan.
Yeah, time is running out on him now. Next couple of minutes is going to be crucial. Kick out is going to be crucial. They're going to need to win it. 4-point game. Win it, go forward, get a goal, and make an interest in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, squeaky bum time, as they say.
Squeaky bum time, as they say, yeah.
Dungarvan going to get on with this, and Mark Boland finds his man in the shape of Mike Kiley. He'll claim that mark, and it just gives him a couple of seconds then to assess the options and retain that football. Johnny Burke, he's put in a solid shift so far. First year playing adult football. Is he going to win a county medal? It would be a fair achievement for the youngster. You can hear Kill, Tommy Hennessy, the legendary Tommy, urging Kill, his colleagues, to push up on him. He'd dearly love to see him get back up senior, but so far it's going to be Dungarvan's day, and they could well finish with a flourish here. Inside as far as Joe Duggan, another man off the shoulder. It's Kieran Power. Could he end with a goal? He deserves it for his performance. Great save by Dunphy. They even a point would have done there. Now, can Kill profit? That's the crucial question. But they've a long way to get the ball up the field, and they need options. John Flynn sprays it down the line. Ben Kerwin showing well for this ball out in front of his man. Pop pass as far as Flynn. Again, he's been one of Kill's best performers, so far this afternoon. Corey Kennedy shakes off that first tackle. Big, strong, physical player. And then Bensey's back down the line. Stepping inside is Mike Dunphy. Here's Ben Kerwin. Kill are going to throw everything at it. Yeah, Middleton is this. He's been hit hard there. That's great play there by John Kern. Foul by John Kern. He has a little look at Tony Larkin to say, what did I do? Kill have to get on with it quickly. It's Hennessy way up from his full back position. That's the vastly experienced Niall going forward as he pushed in the back, loses possession. It's happened too often from Kill's point of view this afternoon, and Dungarvan are happy enough going forward there. Hefty challenge there by John Flynn. Say it was a loose tackle there, according to the referee. Jack Lacey going to be in no particular hurry with this one, and 63 on the clock. That's including the water break. Referee has a little look at the watch. Jack Lacey, they're just making sure he's okay. What a shift he's put in, middle of the field, and looks like he's going to be getting up those steps to accept the County Intermediate Cup for 2020 and Dungarvan's return to the top flight. Very unlucky, of course, as we mentioned, to be relegated in 2018. And here we have him, Frank, back 2 years later, which is testament to him to be getting back up to the top flight.
Yeah,
if they, and so far
they showed a great character, you know. But I suppose the way things ran, the way the year ran, they weren't really. The hurling was over, so they couldn't concentrate on the football.
Everything into it, yeah.
You know, threw everything into it, and they reaped the rewards. It's going to be interesting next year. There's going to be 2 coming down, so
yeah, be very interesting.
It's a little tough.
Yeah, and Dungarvan, like they won't fear going, you know, and they'll hold their own up there as well too, Frank. In fairness, you know. Kill getting out with this one. In fairness, they're going to die with their boots on, but 4 points. Is it just too much of a lead to claw back for Peter Torpy's men this afternoon? But they will give it everything. They have given it everything. Luke Middleton off to Lynch. The subs combine there. That's a poor ball there by Richard Lynch, only into the waiting arms, and there's plenty of blue jerseys back there. Conor Sheridan really grown into this game. Back as far as Mike Kiley to Gavin Crotty. And you can hear them.
That's probably the most disappointing thing about the kill factor today, was that the amount of turnover ball they gave away cheaply. You know,
and they did that so well last week.
They didn't turn over at all last week. You know.
The amateur referees are calling for Tony Larkin to blow that whistle. Is it going to go? It is gone! Dungarvan are back in the senior ranks for 2021. They're County Intermediate champions this afternoon, and full value for their victory as well. As we said, Kill never hit the heights of last week, but that was down to the effort and the energy that Dungarvan brought to the table. They've beaten Kill this afternoon, 14 points to 10. Bitter disappointment for Kill, but Dungarvan are back in the top flight, and you'd have to say, Frank Ryan, over the course of the 60 minutes, full value for that victory.
Oh yeah, there's only one team going to win it today. From the off, like they showed their experience, they in possession and out of possession. You know, the big players stepped up to the mark today. You know, the likes of Dara Lyons, we spoke about Dara before the game. Jamie Nagel, you know, it's crucial. They're getting in the end of the ball, open space. You had Power, Bjorn Power, Gavin Crotty, Michael Kiley. You know, and the skipper then led from the front as well, John Lacey. So. Interesting time, but for Kill, as we said, they died with their boots on. You know, big performances from Johnny Flynn. He always kept trying. You know, they weren't a lot of mistakes made going forward and turn over a ball, as we said, and a lot of goal scoring and point scoring that if they executed them, it could have gone either way, really. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And the performances you mentioned there, Kieran Power, 4 from play, and Gavin Crotty, when you have go-to guys like that, particularly in your forward line, who not alone score, but they kind of dictate the play, and they stamped their authority on the game right from the off, like, didn't they? Right from the off, and they continue to stamp their authority. You know, they in fairness to them, they showed their experience, as we said. They knew when to slow down the game, when it was crucial that just get bodies behind the ball. And then they knew when to speed it up and get it inside forwards, and they profited from it. Every time I went into Gavin, he scored a couple of points. But you know, overall, probably a fair result at the end of the day.
So it'll be joyous scenes in Dungarvan, the old borough, and of course, you know, those great teams in the 90s, Johnny Burkes and his dad David there, and Dermot D on the line, and the Ferncombs and these guys. It'll be proud for them because they'll feel they are a senior football club, and they'll want to establish themselves now when they get back up there again next year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go on, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose as we said earlier on, that they probably felt hard done by that they were relegated in 2018. But I mean, the way the season panned out for them, they had a lovely run into it. And I say they'd be hoping if the championship stays, the structure of the championship stays within the same way it has been run this year, it will suit Dungarvan down to the ground.
Well, Frankie, you've played another blinder this afternoon. They're even taking the microphones off you. I just tested it, maybe. So, thanks again for your coverage this afternoon. Much appreciated. And best of luck with the senior footballers now when you get back. And we'll all be rooting for you that night now against Limerick in 31st of October.
31st of October, Halloween night, isn't it? I think.
Bring it on. Hopefully.
Yeah, bring it on. Hopefully in Flowerfield we get a decent crowd in there if crowd can go back. But behind the scenes we're working pretty hard, and we hope for a profitable and a very enjoyable run-in.
Great stuff. Garmila Magov, Frankie Ryan there. Thanks to Frankie for joining us on co-commentary this afternoon on a day when Dungarvan have won the County Intermediate football title. 14 points to 10 victory over Kill, and we are going to have the presentation very, very shortly from the county chairman, Sean Michael O'Regan, to Jack Lacey, the outstanding captain of Dungarvan. Of course, Jack kicked 3 points this afternoon, and Dungarvan making their return to the senior ranks for next season. So do stay with us. We'll have the presentation in due course. All right, sorry, I have to keep it. So, Tomas Ruo Kyle and Woody O'Mahony, just making sure everything is in order this afternoon. Thanks indeed for the two lads for their cooperation and work, I suppose, behind the scenes in organising live streaming over the last couple of weeks. Of course, we are back here as well tomorrow for the Junior A decider between Roanmore and Shamrock. So Jack Lacey is going to be coming up accepting the trophy for Dungarvan. Joyous scenes here this afternoon, and we are hopefully going to grab a word as well with Jack Lacey, the Dungarvan captain, very, very shortly indeed. So Frankie Ryan is making the phone calls here, the senior football selector. So we congratulate Dungarvan on their victory, and hopefully we are going to grab a word with Jack as well very, very shortly. Dave, as we said, Dungarvan intermediate champions, 14 points to 10, full value for every bit of that as well. And we now hand you over to Sean Miholo Regan, the Cathaoirleach of Waterford GAA for the presentation.
It gives me great pleasure to see such a performance there today from both Kill and Dungarvan. What I'd like to do at the very start is, we've all been through a very difficult time over the last couple of months and the last couple of weeks. There's some great GA people that aren't here today due to the restrictions that we had to adhere to. So I'd like everybody to really appreciate all the great work that those people have done for both clubs between over the last couple of weeks, COVID supervisors and all of that. So well done to everybody that can't be here today. I'd like to also thank our grounds people and our sponsors, JJ Cavanagh's, who've been with us for many, many years in the club championship. As you know, revenue streams are extremely tight or all but disappeared this year. So to have our sponsors standing shoulder to shoulder with us is very, very welcoming. I'd also like to thank Tony Larkin and his officials, and also all the referees that have helped us in the football championship and indeed the hurling championship. It was extremely difficult on referees and umpires and linesmen having so many games over so many short periods of time and weekends, but they were never found wanting. I'd like to thank all our officials. I'd also like to just look, it's a very disappointing day for Kill and everybody associated with Kill. The Kill club is a proud club, but they have a lot going on behind the scenes, and I know their day will come again. There's extreme disappointment in the village, I know that already, and I know that, you know, if you stick with it and stay tuned, there's a young team, our day will come again, and I wish Kill all the very best in the future. But today is all about Dungarvan. A better team by far today on today's performance. Unfortunately, there's no Munster club, so the football club, or the football comes down, the curtain comes down for us here today. But what a performance from Dungarvan. They're really going back to where Dungarvan rightly belong in the Senior Football Championship in Waterford, and that's at the top table at the senior ranks. They've been there for many years, they've won many titles, and they've had many brilliant displays, no more so than today. So I'm not going to delay any further, only to wish Dungarvan all the very, very best in the future, and congratulations on being county champions, intermediate football champions 2020. And I now ask Jack Lacey to lift up the cup. Well done.
Thanks for standing for it.
Yeah. Go up that way he wants. Oh yeah, go away.
Fix this. Quite John. Tá an broad úlarm chun an córan seo a ghlacha le fór an Dungarvan. Look, first of all, can you lift this up? First of all, I'd like to thank Kill. Look, it was a right hard game, came right down to the wire again. We knew you had a young team and you had a great win against Newtown in the Eastern Final, so we knew coming into this game that it was going to be a right tough battle, and it proved so. So look, I'd just like to say, keep going, and you'll have another go next year, I know that. So I'd just like to give 3 cheers to Kill. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Second of all, I'd like to thank the groundsmen here at Walsh Park. It was like playing on Anfield or something, it was unbelievable. So fair play to the groundsmen here. I'd like to thank JJ Kavanagh and Sons, the sponsors, and also our own sponsors for Dungarvan this year. So we've Hallahans, we've also Lawlers, and there's too many to mention. So we know the work that goes on behind the scenes, and we've reaped the rewards here today, so fair play to all the sponsors. Next, I'd like to thank the management and the physios. So we had 3 physios involved this year. We had Mary, our long-time servant. Fair play to you, Mary. We've Emma Dewan, she's a new recruit. and Shaka. So fair play to you. Kept Gavin Crotty off the physio table. To our management team, Chief Damien Gagan, our COVID officer, and also our Mayor Dungarvan. Does a fantastic job, so fair play to you, Gigs. Fair play. Mike Barry, who wasn't with us today, Mike Dwyer, and the man himself, Dum. Fair play to you, lads. And lastly, just to all the boys, we've been going year in, year out now for the last couple of years. We've had little joy, so it is great now to have silverware at the end of the year after a long, hard year. So fair play to you, lads. And finally, actually, we'll leave it there. See you again. Stay safe. Yeah. Thanks very much.
Mind yourself. Talk to me.
So, yeah, that's a wrap there from Sean Michael O'Regan making the presentation to outstanding captain Jack Lacey of Dungarvan. What a shift he put in, Lorna Porca for the Old Borough. We are hoping to grab Jack in a couple of minutes there as well, so do stay tuned for that. Thanks as well to the County Board officials here for their work tonight. It's turning into a pretty cold Walsh Park, so we're hoping to grab Jack Lacey there, so do indeed stay tuned to that. Dungarvan make the return to the intermediate ranks, 14 points to 10, the full-time score. Full value for the victory, and celebration time down below for the Dungarvan team there, as you can see the pictures and all these pictures, I suppose, which become so important on county final days, and to make memories, I suppose, and one for the various households, etc. And the proud Dungarvan club are going to be returning to the top flight for next season, of course, and they'll certainly add great energy to the senior championship when they come up. 14-10, 4 points for Kieran Power, who didn't see a man of the match being announced, but I think if we were to pick one, certainly Kieran Power would be up there on the kill side. They had great battles from John Finn, their wing back again, and Kieran Kerwin really put in a solid shift. But for Dungarvan as a unit, I think, and Jack Lacey with 3 points in play as well, will be really, really happy with his performance. So Dungarvan getting the photos there. See Michael Dwyer, Dermot D, the management team, and Ryan Donnelly. Dono, of course, what an absentee he was, of course, sidelined, of course, due to that serious injury he picked up right just when he came out of the lockdown there and they were back training. That was a bitter pill to swallow, his loss, but they certainly made up for it. The other players rallied around him, and I'm sure he's going to come back into the setup next year. Guys like Johnny Burke coming through, and it's Dungarvan's half-back then as well. Jamie Nagle, Dara Lyons and Michael Kiley. Kiley chipped in with that crucial score as well. That was a crucial moment as well for Dungarvan in the second half, but Kill probably didn't hit the same levels as their Eastern final win last weekend. But as I said, that's testament to the effort and energy that Dungarvan brought to the table, and as you say, full value for that victory, 14 points to 10, and we're hoping to grab the aforementioned Jack Lacey due course as I make my way down to the sideline there, and we'll be grabbing him very, very shortly indeed. Tony Ryan down there as well, the Dungarvan Rooney secretary, of course, putting in a lot of hard work behind the scenes. So we are going to be grabbing Jack Lacey hopefully very, very shortly, once they have the celebrations, of course, and the pictures taken. So once again, thanks to Frankie Ryan as well on co-commentary, Gavin Crotty down there as well. So we'll hopefully grab Jack Lacey now in a second. So, well done. So yeah, just put into joined now by Jack Lacey, Dungarvan's captain, on a day. You've just lifted the county intermediate trophy, so 2 weeks in a row you're getting used to lifting these trophies now. Congratulations, Jack, great win.
Yeah. Oh, look, it was a great battle. Look, Hill, we knew coming down it was going to be a titanic battle, and it proved so on the day. Look, we knew they were a young team. They had some young great forwards there, so we knew coming down who to mark. And look, just on the day, I think our boys performed.
Absolutely, yeah. And you were both after tough battles last week, of course. You know, you went extra time, and you know that on the legs, and you're playing week on week. Was that challenging, like preparing for today?
Yeah, I think just the momentum helped us. To be honest, we had three great games. We played Medeligo, Abbeyside, or Ballinforty, and Steve Gua. Four tough games, and I think the momentum just brought us through. We just built on week, play football. Look, the hurling didn't go our way, and we knew we just put the head down and worked on the football, and thank God we got the result on the day. And
you brought great energy to the table. I think he stamped your authority on the game from an early juncture, got those early scores, and kind of kept the lead then as well.
Yeah, we knew we had to build up a lead because they were going to keep battling right down to the last minute. So look, we knew we had to start well. Had the attitude, had the discipline today. No man sent off today, thank God. And look, just pushed on then, yeah.
Absolutely, and 3 points yourself as well from play. You played a real captain's part out there. That's what we gave you anyway.
Thanks.
But and of course Kieran Power as well, like 4 from play. He put in a massive shift. But right throughout, like young Johnny Burke chipped in. You know, you brought great work rate right throughout the field, Jack, today.
The young lads really stood up now today. I thought Johnny Burke, Galvin, our long-time servant, really tough man to mark. Kieran, as you said, we're missing Joel on the day. So look, hopefully we can push on and challenge in the senior ranks now. You know, we came straight back down to last year, so hopefully now we can maintain our senior status next year and stay going above.
Yeah, and that's testament to, you know, the fact you won it 2 years ago. We're somewhat unlucky to be relegated, but to bounce back up, say 2 years later as well, you know, you're a proud football club as well. People say that, you know, you deserve to be back up senior.
Yeah. No, it's important to be a dual club, like, you know, a big town like ourselves. It's important to get back up there, and we knew that coming down, so we knew the job at hand, and we just pushed right through that down to last minute.
Absolutely. Tough battle today, so no doubt you'll enjoy this in whatever way you can. I'm sure you'll plan some celebration. So of course you got the teaching job as well, so you're happy. You're busy on and off the field.
Busy out now.
Good man. So Jack, congratulations. Enjoy the victory. All right, so we go. So that's a lot. Yeah, no problem. So that's our lot from Walsh Park this afternoon, a day when Dungarvan are crowned the county intermediate football champions, seeing off Kill. Final score here: Dungarvan 14 points, Kill 10 points. So from Tomás Rua O'Kyla and Willie O'Mahony behind the scenes, and myself, Gavin Whelan, thanks very much, and we'll chat to you again soon.